I did just get one text, actually. It didn't come in on the group chat, but they wanted clarification on karting and how you guys see blocking and what constitutes a blocking penalty. So, Chuck, blocking penalty, how would you describe it, of what's worthy of it and what's not?
So that's a great question, and a conversation I have had multiple times over the years. When it comes to impeding a driver behind you, basically, I'm of the theory that the lead driver can occupy any portion of the asphalt that somebody is not already occupying. Blocking or impeding is a reactionary move to something that's happening behind you. And that lead driver can go anywhere he wants on the racetrack, provided he moves first. If the kart following moves and the lead kart moves, now we've got impeding. He can have that one move. If the lead back kart moves once, moves twice, and the lead kart does as well, now we're impeding.
Justin, is that about how you would see it too? Any other differences in description on blocking?
For me, it's more if you look behind you and you see there's a guy that's coming up the inside or something, and you react to that, then I'll call that 100%, because you're kind of giving it away when you turn your head to see who's there. If you're just driving, or if you have like a bad exit and you kind of start just to move down once and stay there, then I'm a little less inclined to call it, because you're just trying to, you understand. Usually you understand you have a bad run and you're just trying to defend your position. But I'm totally going to call it if you do two moves. So you come down once and that's all you get. Like, I'm not for even setting back up to the corner. Your punishment is staying down there.
I was just about to ask you about setting up for a corner. Would you be okay with, like, if they set up and still leave a kart on the outside of the track, and just set up more towards the middle? Like, would that be okay or not? But evidently you don't think so. It's just, and I don't disagree with that either, that if you go down the block, you have to stay in that lane.
I mean, everything is always circumstantial. But usually, no. In my case, I would say your punishment for defending is you don't get to set the corner up. So that way you get burned on exit for the next corner coming up.
Gotcha. Chuck, would you agree with that? So there's two parts to that, I guess, really, right? There's, a reactionary block, and then there's the 1-2 move roll, which is pretty much you can go as low as you want down the straightaway. If the guy's not already there, you just can't open up for the corner. And if you want to have a wide entry to the corner, then you've got to take the chance of the guy stuffing you. Is that correct?
I'm more of the school of, I'm more of it's reactionary to something that's happening behind you. So if you look under my rules, if you look and somebody's coming to take a move on you on the inside and you take that line from him, that's fine. You got to hold that line. If the second kart does not move out for the corner and the lead kart does, in other words, as long as that lead kart moves first, you're not reacting to what's happening behind you. Then you can set up for the corner.
Chuck and Justin, I want to give you guys a chance to kind of speak openly to the crowd, to any parents or young drivers or veteran drivers or kids maybe listening to the show. Any thoughts of advice as a race director that you would tell someone when a driver's like, hey, I want to win a race and I don't want to get a penalty. So, and how to handle themselves. And Chuck, I'd like you to go first. I know you've had conversations like that with kids as a mentor almost, which is kind of what you're doing as a race director sometimes.
I think I've had that conversation once, maybe even twice in my career. So, if you want to go out and win a race, be fast, listen to your coaches, and be clean. And I've said this at a driver's meeting multiple times, that big plastic thing on the front of your go-kart, that is not a horn. That is simply a safety device. That's not to move somebody out of the way. Race clean, race hard, and race respectful, because that guy you clean out in the corner for that win in the final corner is maybe the same guy you're going to have to race against, next month or next week, and he may return the favor. So make as many friends as you can, like what Ryan said.
Justin, what about you? Closing thoughts to any parents that may want to come yell at you, or kids or anything like that?
I mean, I kind of echo the same sentiment. When I do a driver's meeting, I always say race hard, race fair. I remember a time when, heck, even my own teammates were putting me down in the dirt for 5th, 6th position. It's not a great feeling, but at the same time, you can't let it get to your head and think, if he's doing it, I should do it. I mean, that's how you end up with junk go-karts and broken hearts, right? So, you know,
Broken
race
stuff
hard,
and a
race fair
canceled
is
check.
always what.
Yeah.
Broken stuff and a canceled check.
Yeah.